If this type of question trips you up, you are not alone. What most people see is they see a 15 minus 5 and a 15 minus 5, and even if they're thinking, oh, I know how to do that, and then I multiply at the end, they're still thinking a little bit off. So with this one, you do need to slow down and actually go through the PEMDAS, GEMDAS, BODMAS, BEDMAS, whichever acronym you're using. So I normally just go with the PEMDAS acronym for order of operations. So here we go. Parentheses will go first. So this 15 minus 5, the first 15 minus 5, that's just going to stay. So I'm just going to leave that as 15 minus 5. 15 minus 5. Now, the only thing that we're going to change is what's in the parentheses, right? This 15 minus 5 there. So because we got some repeating numbers, it does make it a little bit tricky. So here we go. We're going to change 15 minus 5 with 10. There we go. So now if we look, now if we're thinking parentheses and we only look for parentheses, we might also get this one wrong. That P for parentheses there does stand actually for grouping symbols. Now this parentheses here, it's not a grouping symbols parentheses. It actually stands for multiplication. Okay, so we're done with parentheses. Next up, exponents. There aren't any. So now we're on multiply, divide. We always go left to right, but here there's only one multiply, divide, and it's a multiply. So we would do that part next. Okay, so that's going to be the 15 or the 5 times 10. So that 15 minus is just going to stay. Now, there are a couple of ways of thinking about this, subtract here or here. It could either go with the 5, which it does, but since it's just a multiply and I don't have to worry so much about signs, positives and negatives, I can just think of it as a minus, okay? But if we are thinking of it as a negative 5, well, then it's a positive times a negative, which still ends up being negative, which we already have written there. As a minus sign. In our brain, the negatives and the minuses, they are a little bit different. And in math, they are too. But they are kind of the same also in certain regards. Either way, let's go ahead and do that 5 times 10. And that's going to make a 50 there. So now we're done with multiply, divide. So now we're just on add, subtract. In this case here, it's just a subtract. So we're just on to subtract. So let's do that. I got 15 minus 50. Now, this is going to be a negative number because if you're thinking dollars or money, you're going to have to pay $15. You only have $50, or I had that backwards. You only have $15 and you're going to pay 50 because the 50 is the negative or the minus. Okay, so we're going to owe money at the end. So now I know my answer is going to be negative. So I can put the negative symbol down there. Now I just need to figure out how much am I going to owe? Well, if I owe 50, I'm going to pay 15. So the person I owe the money to is going to take $15 off of how much I owe. So I'm thinking 50 minus 15, and that's going to leave us with 35. So there we go. 15 minus 5 times the quantity of 15 minus 5 equals negative 35. So if you like this type of stuff, please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down button twice, just to make sure.